What's up, YouTube? Timmy's here. With the new How to Train Your Dragon still in theaters and doing pretty well in the box office, I decided to do my top 10 favorite dragon movies or movies with dragons in them. Because who doesn't love a good dragon type film? So here is my official top 10. Alright, number 10 is actually a recent one, and it's the movie My Father's Dragon. Now, this film came out on Netflix back in 2022. You know about this kid who travels to a magical island to rescue a dragon and save it, and pretty much save his struggling life back home here. It is a really decent one. The dragon is of course named Boris. He's very like sweet, nervous. He's also voiced by Jacob Tremblay, so there's that. I mean, it's definitely a really decent one, worth giving a go. It is really charming. It is adorable, based on a book here. I mean, if you guys haven't, it's from the same director of The Secret of Kellis Kills. I think I pronounced that right. I actually was lucky enough to see like a Q&A with her, with the film, and she was like doing an interview for it. Pretty cool there. But yeah, I'll say definitely give My Father's Dragon a go. Alright. Number 9 is Spirited Away. Of course, the Spirit, it is, of course, where like a girl's trapped in a magical bathhouse must save her parents and herself with the help of strange spirits. And the dragon in question is a Haku Kauku's river spirit. I adore Spirit Away. It was, of course, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. This is actually the first Hayao Miyazaki movie I've ever saw as a kid. It's just really fun. It is charming. The voice of the girl in this is great. It's such a really good one if you guys haven't seen that. Alright. Number 8 is the remake is decent, but I'm actually gonna go with the original Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon, who doesn't love Pete's Dragon, right? Of course, the dragon in question is named Elliot. It is very heartfelt, great music here. Biggest complaint about the remake is it wasn't a musical. I mean, I'm like, the remake was decent, but I really wish it was a musical, to be honest with you. But yeah, the original is definitely really charming. Definitely has lots of heart to it. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely give that one a go. All right, number 7 is of course Mulan, obviously the original. I did not mind the remake, by the way. But Mulan, of course, is the dragon Mushu, voiced by Eddie Murphy. And yeah, Eddie Murphy is in this list twice, by the way. Here he voiced the dragon. Another list, he does something else, like he voices another character, but we'll get to that here in a bit. But Mushu is, obviously Eddie Murphy's favorite, best character will always be Donkey from Shrek. But Mushu is still really solid one he voiced here. I mean, Mulan is not like my favorite Disney animated film. It's nowhere. I don't think it's as good as, let's say, Aladdin, Lion King, nothing like that. But I used to always like Mulan. It definitely had some fun moments to it, and of course you got the Guardian Dragon trying to restore reputation here, and Mushu. I've always wished they did a spin-off with this character. I've always liked this character a lot. Really hilarious. Eddie Murphy voicing the character was perfect. I just quite enjoyed this one a lot. And yeah, shame we did not have an Eddie Murphy in the remake, but to be honest, I don't think that Dragon would have worked for that remake that got on Disney Plus. But anyway, all right, coming in at number 6 is a little bit of an odd one, but you know what? I don't care what you say is the odd one or not. I'm going to go right out and say number 6 is Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. That's right. This has tons of dragons as, like, monster cards with dragon forms. I mean, come on. One of the major characters in the, that, helps out everything is a dragon. Blue-Eyed Shine Dragon. Come on. I mean, the Blue-Eyed Shine Dragon is literally staying right in front of the poster too. Of course, you do have other dragons, like, obviously, you got Slifer, Ra, and all. So, and I've always quite liked Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. I still remember watching this one in theaters back in 2004. I still always had a fun time with it. Definitely a childhood favorite of mine. And, yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, right? And, come on, who doesn't love, like, the likes of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, If you guys never seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge stuff with Kaiba always like fascinated about dragons or whatever, just go watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Some of the funniest things you'll ever see. Alright. Coming in at number 5 is actually my favorite out of the franchise, out of the 3 franchise we had, The Hobbit Desolation of Smaug. Obviously, you got the character Smaug, who's voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch. And here, of course, you got Bilbo Baggins and a group of dwarves who attempts to reclaim their mountain home, which is guarded by the deadly dragon Smaug. I always quite enjoyed Smaug. The first film, uh, the first Hobbit movie I thought was pretty decent. The second one was the third one was good too. My favorite out of the 3 is still Desolation of Smaug. It's still a really good one, if you will. Benedict Cumberbatch, he does such a great job as Smaug, man. He really nails it every inch. Alright. Number 4. Well, Eddie Murphy, of course, in 1998, Eddie Murphy voiced a dragon, right? And that's right. 3 years later, he will be in another movie with a dragon, but he doesn't voice the dragon. He voices another character. And well, yeah, you guys know where I'm going with this. Number 4 is Shrek. I mean, the whole movie is, of course, about like an ogre trying to reclaim his swamp by rescuing a princess from a dragon. Not only does he ends up pretty much falling for Fiona. There's another love interest. That is Donkey and the dragon. Then we see they end up having children in the next few films. I hope the dragon comes back for Shrek 5. Who knows? But yeah, Eddie Murphy goes from voicing a dragon to doing other things with a dragon. Yeah, that's an interesting turnaround right there. But that aside, who doesn't love Shrek? It's one of the greatest animated movies of all time. It's really timeless, and the dragon is what really saved Shrek and Fiona. I mean, as of this today, or as those mice say, Lord Farquaad is still inside the belly of a dragon. There's rumors that like Shrek 5 might bring Lord Farquaad back. How does that happen? Beyond me. But I know actually, I think in Universal World or whatever, the Universe theme park, there is actually a fun Lord Farquaad ghost in the Universal parks. Man, if I ever get my outlet, you should see that thing. But yeah, Shrek is still the best. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the dragon back for Shrek. Alright. Coming in at number 3, I'm actually gonna go with all the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I'm going to go with the first 3 and, of course, the most recent one. Or the How to Train Your Dragon movies. They're just really timeless. They are really heartfelt. Of course, Toothless. Dragons don't exist, obviously, but you really want to adopt Toothless. Toothless is pretty much like a dog, but if it was a dragon. It's like a dog stuck in the dragon's body. That's where we get at with Toothless. Hiccup and Toothless chemistry. Pretty much all of them are really amazing. I always thought, like, How to Train Your Dragon, like, the remake that just got released, it's really like Game of Thrones, but for kids. That's what I really got with How to Train Your Dragon. They're just such good ones. Alright. Number 2 is, number 2 is going to go to Dragon Slayer. Of course, Dragon Slayer released in 1981. In the medieval kingdom, a young sorceress apprentice must face a deadly dragon that terrorized the land. Here, Dragonland is a really decent one. Of course, it was released in 1981. It was really let's say, the Game of Thrones of that era. Really, it's such a really decent one. Really interesting performances. Really cool effects, especially at the time. It's really decent one. And my number 1 favorite movie with a dragon in it is none other than The Never Ending Story. I mean, it's, of course, obviously about a lonely kid who reads a magical book that pulls him into a fantasy world of Fantasia, which is being consumed by the forces of a force called the Nodding. And of course, the dragon here is the character of Folklore, the Luck Dragon, who's a cheerful, wise optimist, fiercely loyal. I really always quite like the kids and the dragon's chemistry in this. The Neverending Story is just so iconic. One of the most iconic songs, which I think the song of Neverending Story got more, got more popular thanks to Stranger Things, But nothing beats the original Neverending Story. It's just such a timeless one. It's such a classic. Really, what's a movie I guess you say that really, that really made stuff like, Princess Bride all possible, and it's just such a classic. If you guys never seen the Neverending Story, definitely give that one a go. But that's pretty much it there. And no, I don't have Aragon on my list. That was definitely not a good one. And no, Godzilla's not a dragon, so no Godzilla on this list. But, of course, here's my quick rundown. Number 10, My Father's Dragon. 9, Spirited Away. 8, Pete's Dragon. 7, Mulan. 6, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Movie. 5, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. 4, Shrek. Number 3 is, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. Number 2 is Dragon Slayer. And number 1 is The Neverending Story. Let me ask you guys, what are some of your favorite dragons or movies with dragons in them? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is him.